Okay, welcome in. I'm now going to be starting my preview for the 2024-25 NHL season, which is going to be getting underway in about a month, I do believe, or just under a month. So what I'm going to do is go from the teams that had the worst record until the best record, and talk about the team additions and subtractions, and for sure the number one draft pick. We'll see about the rest of the rounds, but I feel like that might just take too long. So last year, the San Jose Sharks finished with the worst record in the NHL. They had their worst season by far. I'll get into the standings here in just 1 second. So last year they had 19 wins, 54 losses, 9 overtime/shootout losses, 47 points on the season. At home, their record was 11, 25, and 5, and on the road was even worse, 8, 29, and 4. So therefore, they would get the first pick in the NHL draft just in this past year, and they would use that first pick to get Macklin Celebrini out of Boston University. I have a funny feeling that this kid is going to be a star in this league and will definitely help this team, which is clearly rebuilding, be competitive once again in the Pacific Division. So now I'm going to take a look at the roster that they had. And this is NHL 24, so a lot of players on this list could easily be traded or they could have signed with another team. So I'm going to go through the additions and subtractions of the San Jose Sharks. So I'll do the forwards. And Justin Bailey is still there. So I believe he has re-signed with the San Jose Sharks. Barbanov, I believe, has left. He was on the last year of his contract last year, so I have a funny feeling he definitely signed with another team. Thomas Bordeleau is still there. He has re-signed with the San Jose Sharks. Ryan Carpenter has left. Seems like he's been with the Sharks on 3 different occasions, so I'm just surprised he didn't just stay. Logan Couture is still there, the captain of the team. William Eklund, he is still there as well. Colin Graff is still there. He has 2 years left to go on his contract. Michael Granlund is going into his contract year, and as is Daniel Gushin. They're both heading into their last year of their respective contracts. Mike Hoffman has signed with another team. Klim Kostin has 1 year left to go on his deal. Luke Kunin has re-signed. Yeah, he has definitely re-signed. Kevin Labanc, this was a move I was very shocked about. He has signed with another team, and obviously when I get onto the lists of the new teams, he'll be on the list of whoever he joined. But I was very surprised that he didn't come back. He's been a long time Shark. I'm pretty sure, and I mean Vlasic and Couture are there, but he's like one of the last members of the team that made it in the playoffs in 2019, and that was an incredible run by the Sharks. I was actually kind of rooting for the Sharks to win that year, but it never did happen. But I just remembered, yes, both Couture and Vlasic are still there. So those are the last 2 members of the time the Sharks last made the playoffs, which is hard to believe was 6 years ago. Okay, or 5 years ago, I should say. Giovanni Smith has 1 year left to go on his contract. Jason Stadnicka is not there, so he must have signed with another squad. Nico Sturm is heading into the last year of his contract. Philip Zadina just signed a 1-year deal in San Jose. He has left town. And Fabio Zetterlund has 1 year left to go on his deal for the forwards. So the majority of the forwards from last year have returned, with the exceptions of the ones that I've already went over. Checking out their defense now. Kalen Addison, he has left. He did not re-sign. Matt Benning has 2 years left to go on his contract. Kyle Burrows has 2 years left to go on his contract, but he was traded. He is no longer a member of the San Jose Sharks. Ty Emberson was traded to the Edmonton Oilers. That's one trade I do remember. Mario Ferraro has 2 years left to go on his deal, so he is still there. Jacob McDonald, I do apologize, did sign with another team. Jan Rutta is in the last year of his deal coming up. Henry Thurn, I believe, has re-signed as well. And Vlasic, which I mentioned before, is there as well. So a lot of those guys, or say half of the defense they had last year, has returned for this upcoming season. And last but not least, the goaltenders. So Mackenzie Blackwood is still there. He's in the last year of his contract. Devin Cooley has left town, and Videk Vanacek has 1 year left to go on his contract. So both of the goalies are under contract for this upcoming season. For the Sharks, they're still going to be in a rebuild. I believe they still will be in the basement of that Pacific Division. Maybe they don't finish in last place. Maybe they possibly get into 7th or try to bump up to 6th. But I think in the bottom 2 or bottom 3 is where I would predict the San Jose Sharks to finish this upcoming season. I guarantee they will be competitive again one day. It's still going to be years down the road because there's a lot of good teams in that Pacific Division. But I don't think they're making the postseason this upcoming year. Alright, that takes care of my preview for the San Jose Sharks and the 2024-25 campaign. As always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative. Until next time, and as always, take care.